Hello everyone, welcome back to another Dokkan video. It's your boy Minato here, and today we're going to be talking about the new 7th anniversary All-Star, I believe it's called All-Star Battle. It's a raid that came to the JP version, right? At the very end for the 7th anniversary, it's the very final part of the EX section that they state, and it's very generous. It's an amazing event. So kind of to talk about how the event works. It's basically like a raid, so like, you know, the full power Jiren raid. We have the raid for I believe the Omega Shenron is another one. Basically where you can go all the way to level 999, the Cell one as well, for example. This one specifically, you need to go all the way to 999 to beat the rewards. They want you to go to 999 and to get all the rewards. There's rewards for clearing the very final stage of this event. And honestly, it was pretty easy. It's just very time consuming. Like, this event came out like 2 days ago, and I'll upload this right after I record this, but it's essentially took me like almost like 2 days to go ahead and get this event done. You know, considering like life and stuff like that, right? But I did spend a good amount of time farming this up so I can get this up as soon as possible, right? As you see on the screen, I'm doing different category teams. So every few sets of category teams, you need to go ahead and, well, every few sets of levels, you need to choose different category teams. So to read them all off, you need to do Dragon Ball Saga, the World Tournaments, Pure Saiyans, Planet Namek Saga, Heavenly Events, Android Cell Saga, Otherworld Warriors, Majin Buu Saga, GT Bosses, GT Heroes, Shadow Dragon Saga, Sun Family, or Goku's Family, Realm of Gods, Movie Heroes, Universe 6, Ally of Justice, Future Saga, Terrifying Conquerors, and then Universe Survival Saga. So obviously that's a lot of teams, and as you see right here, I didn't even have to speed this up twice as much. So what I'm doing with this video is I'm showing each of the final fights that you do for each of the categories and showing you kind of what I'm running and stuff like that, right? For the most part, I just ran the same team all throughout until like near the very end. We'll kind of talk about that as we kind of see actual gameplay for it. But honestly, again, it was not too difficult at all. I just kind of zoomed through it for the most part. It only really started getting like actual, like, you know, easy A level until like level like 970 or so, right? As you see right here, even level 500, this is going to be a very easy clear, and I don't even have a good friend lead, right? In terms of like, you know, Esther, Vegeta, and stuff like that. And speaking of which, that's probably the only issue that you're going to have with this event once it comes to global, or if you're in JP right now. When the higher phases is like, they want you to run like Ally of Justice, for example, or something like that. And you're not going to find friend leads like that. That's the issue right now. With the friend system, you're just not going to find those friends that you really need in order to run this. Like, for example, look at this. Shadow Dragon Saga GT Bosses. Like, you're not really going to find friendlies for that. And then once you really get, I'd say like around like 700 or so, once you get around there, units that don't have the category buff tend to get hit really hard. Especially if they're like type neutral, type disadvantaged. They get absolutely destroyed. So you gotta really be careful when you're up in those higher levels, right? At the very least, you need to make sure you hide those characters as much as you possibly can. Now, regarding the rewards, I'm sure many of you guys know the actual rewards that you get, but essentially, you get a total of 277 stones, 38,000 small orbs of each type, 24,000 of medium orbs of each type, 2,000 of large orbs for each type, 9 Funky Kais, which would be the Grand Kais of each typing, 5 Old Kais, 27 Platinum statues, and then 3 Diamond statues, Hercule statues, right? Which is very crazy, because essentially you get 50 Kais in total from that, 45 Funky Kais and 5 Old Kais. But the stones is so absurd. That's 5 free multis, basically. So how you get these rewards is essentially for the Kais and everything like that. For the Kais, you get every 100 stages you clear. For the orbs, you get basically every single clear that you do. You get 1 stone for every 5 levels that is cleared, all the way until the end of the event, and level 999 gives you the last 77. So that's how you get all these rewards. It's just actually so generous. It's insane. Like how they brought this event out and they're like, yeah, let's just make the game just let's do this really cool thing, right? I love it so much. Dokkan is really my goat. Dokkan's all of our goats, man. So good, really just so good. And I really hope that they do more of this stuff in the future. I mean, we've seen that they're again improving recently, as you know, had the survey recently, which I did a video on the survey, but there's some very interesting questions like fixing the friend system, fixing the world tournament, chain battle. Like, they are really listening to our feedback, and stuff like this is really nice. One reason I would say we can get stuff like this now, at least on the JP version for sure, is because of safety net. Safety net being implemented really allows us to actually be able to get rid of like those modders and stuff for the most part. Most you know, auto clears and stuff like that is gone for the most part in JP. So because of that, right, I feel like they may be feeling more comfortable with doing these types of events right here. And yeah, that's pretty pog, honestly. This is crazy, really think about it. And as you see right here, I had to go with the Goku and Vegeta friend because the freaking friend system, I hate it so much. Like, you're not gonna find Universe 6 category ally like teams on the friends list. It's just not something that's gonna happen, right? And it is unfortunate. I wish that hopefully they do accept, like many people vote for friend system fix and stuff like that, just so we could see those changes made, because that'll be very important for the game, right? Very important, and I would absolutely love to see that happen. And yeah, there's not really much else to say from here. Really just kind of watching what I'm doing. Look, Kel and Khalif, like, I had pretty solidly hard right there. No, it was Kel, never mind. Kel was type disadvantage, right? For a while, like, you can kind of coast and run, like, any unit that you want to. And then I'd say around, like, here, this next phase right here is 790, right? Alive Justice, you kind of got to be careful. Like, right here, Videl is type disadvantage. SDR Vegeta right here takes, like, 200k damage per normals, which again I was saying, like, at this point, especially if they're type disadvantage, you cannot run units that are not on the category buff. It's a necessity. You need to run those units with the category buff, right? But if you see right here at High School Gohan, he has the category buff and the damage reduction. He takes like no damage, right? Compared to like what STR Vegeta would take. I died a couple of times to this stage right here, actually, in fact, just because you could take a lot of damage, and it doesn't help that Videl is STR and this boss is AGO. Really annoying, right? That you need to go through it like that, and Videl does get hit hard herself, as you see right there. Something else to keep in mind, when you're in these later phases, the bosses could start, like, you know, debuffing you. So, like, for example, you see this copy Vegeta lowered your attack and defense. You know, I know, like, Sorbet, for example, he sealed one of my units. I know that, for example, Merge Zamasu, he lowers your defense. Merge Zamasu does lower your defense. Stuff like that, just for example. These enemies can apply the negative status debuffs on you. So that can be very tricky. I know that I think Jiren also lowered your defense. The Blue Falcon, Goku, and Vegeta in the Universe Survival Saga section, they lower your attack and defense as well. There's a lot of units that really do that, and it can get very scary, right? Even like the Golden Frieza on 17 near the end, they do greatly. I believe the unit itself don't they raise their attack on super attack like greatly or something? Let me pull them up, right? I believe they greatly raised their attack, right? Because every time after they super attacked me, they didn't lower my defense, but they hit harder after they super attack, right? So basically any super attack effect that they have, you will be seeing for the most part. Where the Golden Frieza 17, yeah, they do raise attack for one turn. They do their 12 key, I believe, so they do greatly raise attack actually for one turn, which could be very nasty and dangerous, right? Right here it's funny actually, because it's only the baseball Yamcha, and you have to use the Terrifying Conquerors. Just kind of funny. This is, you do fight baseball Yamcha for 2 fights right here to use the Terrifying Conquerors. Full power freeze and everything, just kind of demolish him, right? It's a nice little funny thing. But yeah, right here we're about to actually get to the Universe Survival Saga section, and that is obviously going to be the most hardest section that we have here. Honestly, the final fight wasn't hard. I found the other fights harder. Like I found the The Gohan on Frieza section was a little difficult. I found the Golden Frieza and 17 section to also be a little difficult, right? But look, here we are, stayed 999, and again, I would have preferred to run Blue Evolution Vegeta, but we had to go WI Goku. It was fine. Most of our team was Inst type right here, and as you see, we were able to coast really well. In UI Goku in the first slot, he's definitely very, very good for this final phase, right? He does a lot of damage. Again, Angel UI Goku is still pretty good here, just because he can't have his critical hits. He could dodge and stuff like that, right? I brought this 17 right here, just because type advantage, right? And the active skill you could potentially get if you're running a Universe 17. Which, by the way, for the most time, I ran a Universe 17. I feel like it's probably the best way to go. Except for the Golden Frieza and 17 fight. You probably want to run, yeah, you probably run one God Goku and hit if you can against the Golden Frieza in 17, just because they're physical and had that type advantage would be really strong. Because Representatives of the Universe 7 doesn't really have like the most strong STR units I found personally. But yeah, that is pretty much it. I mean, we're going to finish it off next turn. Oh yeah, I also brought Roshi because the revive. The revive could be very, very important. I got the revive off like once or twice actually. Just because of situations like, you know, see, we're under the HP threshold, for example. But yeah, this turn we do finish it off. We have Blue Evolution as well at the end just to make sure in case. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of the event. I am very, very pleased with this event. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.